Do you sometimes feel that you're stuck in the rat race of your job, running the same loop day after day? I have been there, and I know how it feels. At some point in my career, I realized I was not advancing as I would like. I wanted new, exciting roles, and it was not forthcoming. This is to say, you are not alone. A number of us have been there, and I will be sharing my story with you today and what I did to escape that rat race. As my friend would say, even if you win the rat race, you're still a rat. So, what's the point of the race? Okay, let's get into it. There was a time in my life where work consumed me. It was the only thing I looked to for financial stability. Everything centered around my work, work, work. I needed it and it sort of sucked me up. At some point, I knew things had to change. When I realized my life was too dependent on it. And the first thing I did, which I will tell you now, is to separate your identity from your job. Define who you are outside the work. Strip the title. What is left of you? If it is not much, you have to start building this. How do you go about this? I would say develop a very solid social presence. Be active on LinkedIn, share what you already know, and don't overthink it. I know a number of people want to start sharing on LinkedIn and they overthink it and they never get to do anything. Some people would worry about, oh, what would my colleagues think? They would worry about, I hope I'm not claiming to be an expert. I will tell you something you can do to beat this. Every post of mine, if you go to LinkedIn, every post of mine carries hashtag Adebolaido learning and sharing. This is to say that I am not sharing from a pedestal. I am also learning, but I am sharing what I am learning. So that sort of, gives you some sort of room to say, I am not an expert here, but I'm sharing from what I know. You need to start building your own brand. You need to build your own identity. This begins to build your mindset and your confidence level, and it sort of convinces you that you're more than the job. And it also makes you more visible, thereby opening you for more opportunities. My number 2, you need to change your mindset about your job. And I always say this a lot. This is something most people overlook, our mindset. Your 9 to 5 doesn't have to be a trap. It can be your biggest advantage. Think of your job as an investor, not a prison. Your paycheck is your capital that you can use to invest in your freedom. Again, the job was investing into me. You will never find me mind my business at work. I am always learning everything. I call this book nose. I learn about my job. I learn about every other thing. I am learning even things that do not relate to my JD. I see it as an opportunity to be awesome at that next interview. Let me tell you something. I was talking to someone recently and I explained to her this mindset and she goes, oh, I never saw it that way. Even if you don't like the job you currently do, think of it as an investor. Get all you can from it, not just in terms of salary, but in terms of relationships, in terms of connections, in terms of knowledge, in terms of skills. You will need it in the nearest future. So the question always should be, how can I turn this job of mine into that fuel, for my own personal dreams? Number 3, you have to leverage your skills outside of your work. Your skills are valuable beyond 9 to 5. And I bet you're not tapping into your full potential now. Every skill that I have utilized it outside my work. At some point in my career, I was running coaching services, career coaching services. I ran workshops, bringing together career professionals on how they can develop their careers. I taught hundreds of people how to set goals in a way that not achieving them becomes impossible. I have a video on this one. I am going to link it here. Here. I'm going to link it up. So, even though all these things I was putting my hands into were not paying as much as my 9 to 5, they sure were giving me evidences that I am capable of whatever it is I want to do, and also building my confidence that I am more than my 9 to 5. And that is what is currently even helping me today to still keep my 9 to 5 while running a big community, Goal Cutters. I will put the link in the description. And I'm also doing YouTube videos. So I can tell you for free that you have something that you may not be leveraging at the moment, and you have to leverage it because, again, you're more than your 9 to 5. You can start freelancing. You can start creating content around your expertise. You can start teaching courses in the evenings or weekend. And you can also, with this, build income streams, around what you already know. And you can do this in your spare time. Number 4, invest in yourself. I always say this, self-education is critical. If you truly want to escape the rat race, you need to start learning what schools didn't teach you. Financial literacy, investing, smart savings, and all those things. And one of the most powerful ways to do this is through self-education. I remember Jim Rohn, one of my favorites, motivational speaker, says formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune. So use your free time to read books, listen to podcasts, take online courses, on personal finance, on investing, on entrepreneurship. And think of it this way. Every time you improve your financial knowledge, you're taking one step closer to your financial freedom. It's not always about how much you earn. It's about what you do with what you earn. My community, Goal Cutters, is dedicated to career professionals who want a high-performing, healthy, wealthy life. And we have created discussion groups around this topic in the community. We talk not only career, but also our wellness, gaining financial freedom. You should join this community. You are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Again, I'll put the link in the description box below. Number 5, you have to build multiple streams of income. Now, I know you've heard that before, blah, 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 blah. But let me make something clear. One income stream is no longer enough if you want to escape the rat race. You need multiple streams of income, whether it is through side hustles or dividend-paying stocks or real estate. Having another stream of income is how you buy back your time. For example, Warren Buffett famously said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Imagine having a paycheck from your 9 to 5 and then rental income, or you have a thriving e-commerce store. That's how you create freedom without actually quitting your job. So you can still have your job and then you have income from other sources. So what I would advise is start by setting aside 10%, 20% of your monthly paycheck to invest in building that second income stream. It could be buying shares, it could be a side business, it could be freelancing, it could be anything. Just remember that every little bit counts. Okay, going on to number 6. You have to focus on long-term investments, not just the quick wins. Escaping the rat race isn't just about the quick, flashy wins. It takes time. You have to be intentional about the journey. You have to make small incremental changes every day. And before you know it, while others do everything to win the rat race, you realize you're no longer a rat and you deserve more. So there you have it. The truth about escaping the rat race, and you don't even have to quit your job to build this freedom, build this wealth, gain for yourself an identity outside your 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 can be the launch pad to your dream life if you use it wisely. And remember, the rat race isn't about the job itself. It's about how we approach it. And if you invest in yourself, create additional income streams, change how you see your 9 to 5. See it more as something that is an investor. You can't escape that rat race on your own terms. So, will you keep running? Or you'll start building your exit strategy? Let me know in the comments. I will be happy to read from you. And if you have enjoyed this video, I believe you will also find super helpful my video on how you can become super rich while working a regular job. Thank you and see you in the next video.